Cutting a main brace out that's holding your entire car up will pucker even the tightest of buttholes. So I figured I'd turn the camera on. There's a good chance we cut this and everything folds in on itself and then I start crying. It's a good thing I'm a little bitty guy. And oh God, freaking Corvettes! Oh, that's gonna be tricky. Ow, 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 ow!
Rain fire!
We are back on the beautiful, custom airbagged, twin turboed 1963 Vette. I haven't touched the old girl in a while. I got it all aired up right now. I'm getting ready to get up on jack stands because we got a bunch of stuff we got to work on, and I'll be completely honest with you, I'm not sure what I want to work on yet. I think I have the steering and the brake stuff. I think. I don't know. Also, I know that I don't have the radiator mounted. We need to do that as well. There's a lot of stuff. Okay, let's get it jacked up, and then we'll figure out what the shit we're going to do. God, there's so much that needs done on this damn thing. Let's get to work. All right, took a minute. Finally got it all jacked up so we can play with it. I'm going to do the steering, the brakes, and I want to get the radiator mounted. But first, before I do any of that, I got to get a water pump on there. And I need to I don't have to take the turbos all the way off, but I need to take the intake piping off so it's not in my way so we can get the water pump on. And also, I just realized as I was recording, the water pump's at my other shop. Son of a bitch. I ordered a water pump. I needed a short style, not a long style. Ordered a short one. Company sent me the wrong one. Told them about it. They said, no problem. We're sorry. We will send you the right one. So here is the wrong big boy. These ones stick out. There's a long pump and a short pump. A long one sticks out farther, obviously. They said, we are so sorry. Just keep that one. We'll send you another one. And they sent me another long. So I have two brand new long style water pumps. And I just went ahead and gave up then and ordered a short from another company. Still nice to have, but don't need them right now. And now that I just realized it's at the other shop, not much I can do about it. We'll start doing the steering and stuff first. I had to go find parts. I was missing a lot of them. I think it's going to be easier to probably take the wheel off, get up under there and mess with the steering. It's not going to be the most fun because Corvette stuff's weird. Turbo stuff's weird. We're going to have to kind of do one of those type of guys for the steering wheel. That is not a wave. That's like a weird kinky thing. Ayo, check. So what I'm going to do though, even though I don't have my water pump here, I'm going to go ahead and take that off while I'm at it and then probably pop this wheel off and start figuring out what we're going to do with the radiator. I don't even think there's any way to mount it right. I have to make all that from scratch. Radiator is going to by far be the hardest, but I do want to get the steering and stuff in there as well. Let's quit rambling and get to work. Oh, God, there's a lot to do. All right, let's go. Whenever you are doing steering on a custom car, there's nothing there for the steering to go. You're basically making every single thing from scratch. So you got to get real creative whenever you're trying to figure out where you want your column to be. We have a piece of square tubing, got some tape down there, got some zip ties, got a jack, got some magnets. Still can move it around if I need to. It has adjustment, but I got it pretty damn close where I want it. I have my linkage going to the steering, but I need one more piece of, I think it's called double D bar. I have some over at the shop because we are going to have a little jog in our steering. It's not a straight shot because we have a giant motor in the way. Also, steering to steering wheel, I guess you would say, on a Vette is crazy long. I mean, this is like 7 foot. It's ridiculously long. And whenever you have it that long, you have to brace it. Our piece of steering column will actually run through one of these eye bolts, rod ends, whatever you want to call it. And then it'll bolt somewhere to the frame, probably right there most likely. And we'll weld the nut on there so you can adjust it a little bit side to side. And then that will keep it basically from having any play in it. Because if you have more than one universal joint on there, steering joint, the whole thing can just kind of move instead of pivoting like it wants to. If there's not a solid mount, it can just kind of go wherever, and it doesn't work at all. So I said all that to say I am going to cut a plate that will bolt to my steering column mount so that we can at least get started on making this solid. I'm not going to weld it solid until I have all my steering linkages done, because I don't want to have something kind of be where I don't want it and then weld something solid, if that makes any sense at all. But we do need to make a mount for it. My heater just quit, so we are in a race against the heat right now. It is absolutely freezing. He's blinking because he's out of diesel. I almost said he's out of fluid. He's out of diesel. I have a plate over here that needs cut up and drilled, so let's do that before I lose the feeling in my fingers. Damn, it's cold, and I am not happy about it. Yay, Missouri. Let's go to work. All right, I got my plate cut, and that is the top of the steering column mount. I'm going to get it put back in with the plate on there, hopefully. There we go. Little bitty bolts. Don't like that. Get in there, you little bastard. And then what's cool is this is adjustable. You can kind of tilt it wherever you need it to be. I might even be able to just tilt it straight up. Can I tilt it straight up? Ooh, I wasn't planning on doing that, but that could work. That's not bad at all. And then we twist it like that. Ooh! That worked better than I thought. So I was originally going to tilt this down flat and then bring a bar down, but I think I could do it like that and then just tie it in here to here and then also in the side. Sweet! I gotta get some diesel. I can't feel my fingers. And my nose is running because it's cold as shit. Missouri, yay. I'm gonna bring some parts over tomorrow from the other shop, and hopefully we can get something working. Something looking like it's together. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. See you tomorrow.
The next day.
All right, baby, we are back. Got diesel for the heater. It's finally warm. My nose is still running, but not as bad as it was, so that's good. I picked up my short water pump from the other shop, put it up there. It doesn't fit. It has to be a long one, or we need to change a bunch of stuff on the front of the engine, and I don't want to do that very badly at all. The reason I wanted to run a short, I almost said small. The reason I wanted to run a short is because my turbos are kind of in the way, but we can make it work. We just might have to get a little cute with our turbo filters. No big deal. I'm still messing with the steering, but I do want to go ahead and throw that up there just so I can kind of start visualizing where the hell the radiator is going to go. It should shoot that way and that way, obviously, but I just want to bolt it up real quick because I'm tired of tripping on it. It's been here for 10 minutes. I've already tripped on it 3 times. Then we will continue with our steering. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Got the water pump on, got the water neck, just so I can kind of know where I got to go. I think I'm going to have to end up running a inline radiator fill cap because I think my radiator... You too? No way. Oh, that son of a bitch almost never betrays me. You've been hanging out with the other shop compressor, haven't you? You son of a bitch. Anyways, water neck, water pump. Forgot what I was saying. Oh, I think my radiator is going to be lower than the top of my water neck. There's just no way because I almost said CRX. God, the Corvette, it just slopes down so much. I don't think I can get it up enough. I might be able to. I don't know. I usually don't have a problem getting it up, but I do hear something about fiberglass. So basically, I need to cut a bunch of stuff to get that mounted. Don't want to do that yet. Let's mess with the steering, and then we'll probably cut some shit. Probably. All right, let's see what happens. All right, I got my linkage all figured out, where it needs to go. Here it is right here, like that. And as you can see, since we have 2 U-joints, essentially, if this was just one solid piece, if I had a straight shot, we wouldn't have to do this. But here's what I was talking about the other day. You can't turn it because it'll just want to turn everything. So we got to put a brace right here. turn it, it actually just turns like it should. So I am going to make a plate to bolt to this, and we're going to make sure we have plenty of adjustment because you can move it in and out. And I'm going to make the plate entirely too big, and then wherever it needs to be, we'll weld it on, and then we'll trim it to fit. I've done these before where I've made like a super cute little mount that was nice and centered and looked great, and then it was off, didn't work. So it's easier just to make a big ass bracket, get it where you want it, and then cut it down. If I was smart, I'd have this bolt on, but I'm not smart. As long as you don't weld it, you can always unscrew it from the frame. You know, it has 2 nuts on it. But probably would be smarter to bolt it on, but I'm an idiot. All right, let's get to work. Also, you need to make this pretty heavy duty. It doesn't need to be like 1/2-inch plate, but if you get too cute with it, like 3/16, it will actually flex a little bit, and you do not want that. So I usually make them out of like 1/4-inch plate, then it won't go anywhere. It's really good to make it, you know, out of some sort of piece of angle iron if you can, but I don't really have the room for that. So let's go cut some shit. I love these type of hole saw bits. I don't know what they are. I don't even know what they're called. I don't know the brand. It's not any sponsored thing, but they have little like carbide bits on them, almost like a machinist tool would have. I always use these type of hole saws, you know, for forever basically. I bought these on accident like a year ago. These are all I use now. These are awesome, especially for thick plate. Anybody that's ever used this style, sometimes they can walk on you. These are really precise. And those little bits just rip metal. Check this out. This is a 3/8-inch plate. I just got the cut started, but it didn't really go very far. It just rips. You can see the chips flying. Where's my piece that I cut? Ooh, that's hot. Look at that. Ooh, that's hot. Look how thick that is. And they're cheap. They're not expensive at all. The only thing I will say is if you're hard on them, your little carbide bits will go to crap at the ends, but that one's still pretty good. Now, here's the only problem I have. That's the only size I have down here. All the others are at the other shop. I think it's big enough, but let's see. Yes! Yahtzee! All right, I'm gonna get this cleaned up. Let's go get it installed. All right, I got it mocked up. I know exactly where it needs to be. Now we're gonna cut her down and make her a little more pretty. I wasn't sure how it was gonna be orientated, obviously, so I might drill some holes in here too, because this sits right against the frame where I can do plug welds, kind of hold it on there a little bit better. In reality, I have plenty of weld to it, but it's a little bit nicer when you can have a plug weld. Let's cut some shit. Okay, I got my little brace in there. I got my steering going where it needs to go. Everything is pretty straight. I might need to adjust that a little bit more now that I look at it. But we should be okay. Problem is, we don't have our column mounted yet. It's just sitting there. So I need to make some braces to tie into that column mount. I have a plate across the top that I tack welded, but I need to tie something in from here up to here. And there's really nothing up there super strong yet, so we might have to build something up there. Also, we need to figure out where the hell our brakes are going, because we don't have a ton of room for brakes. You could run them off to the side and then have a funky brake pedal if we had to, but we should probably start figuring that out while we are putting the pieces together. So let's do that, and then we'll weld some shit. Had to go a little crazy on the steering column mount. Not only the top one, but one in the middle. We're good now. Just gotta do a little bit of welding and we should be ready to test it. I still don't have my little brace in yet. It's not even welded yet, so that's not good. This is tricky to get to as well. There we go, that kind of works. Okay. Boy, this one here is gonna be real tricky. I might have to weld that from the bottom. I am gonna have to weld that from the bottom. Oh no. It's a good thing I'm a little bitty guy and not a giant fat f***. Oh God. Freaking Corvettes! Oh, that's gonna be tricky. Ow, 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 ow! Okay. That actually worked out okay. Oh God, all right. Oh. I got one more weld that I might be able to get from down here. Yes, I can. Don't weld the airline, that would be bad. Get the airline out of the way, it's plastic. All right, sweet. I gotta tighten up a couple things and then we'll test it. Oh, that was a pain in the ass. All right, moment of truth. We don't need that anymore. Yes! Yes! Ha 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 ha! Oh my God, that makes me happier than you would ever imagine. Yahtzee! It's smooth too, we got nothing binding. Beautiful. Oh God, that makes me happy. Okay, what do we do next? I don't know, let's figure it out together. I wanted to do my brakes, but I actually don't have the little universal bracket for the pedal. Technically, I could still mount the booster, but there's really no point in mounting the booster if I don't know where the pedal wants to land. You can always, you know, move the pedal, obviously, but you can't really move the booster once you cut a bunch of holes and make it fit. So I don't want to do that just yet. We should play with the radiator. And before I can do anything with the radiator, I have to move this mount more forward, basically where I have this bar. Originally, I made this because I just wanted to hold the body up. I just didn't want the body sitting, you know. But this is kind of in the way now, and it needs to go down farther. And I also need to tie in to the actual frame for some sort of a radiator mount. I have a ton of giant 4x2 rectangle tubing, so that would probably be the best way to do it. But moving this is gonna suck. What I'll probably do is weld this in first and then cut this loose. That way, whenever I cut this, it doesn't just, the body doesn't just fall on the floor. So that would suck. So let's do that for a little bit. It's getting late as hell, but I would like to see the radiator at least sitting in there, maybe not fully mounted, but pretty damn close. Let's do all that. I also think I have a grill for this. Did I buy a grill? I thought I bought a grill. I might need to look because we got to cut. Obviously, you have no airflow if there's no grill cut out, and I think I have a grill, but I don't remember. Let's figure that out real quick. I'm pretty sure, I'm kind of sure, I'm not sure, but I think I got this brace enough where I can cut this out. Once this is out of the way, I should be able to get my radiator in and out of there, but let me tell you, cutting a main brace out that's holding your entire car up will pucker even the tightest of buttholes. So I figured I'd turn the camera on. There's a good chance we cut this and everything folds in on itself, and then I start crying and maybe go find the nearest bridge to just look off of. Nothing crazy, YouTube. Just gonna look off the bridge. But let's see what happens. Real shit. Yahtzee! It didn't even go out. Oh, that makes me so happy. Ooh, that could have went bad. Okay, let's play with the radiator a little bit. Okay, radiator is mounted, but very, very lightly. I don't want to get it solid and have it 100% just in case whenever I start running my radiator hoses, something needs to move a little bit, but it should be good right there. I actually have enough room for my cap right there. I'll have to change this mount, but that's huge. Sweet! Okay, radiator is basically in. Hoses are going to be interesting. I did find my grill. Check it out. That is actually a 63 Vette grill. It's not very nice, but even in this condition, I think it was 200 bucks. Freaking Vette stuff. So let's cut the opening out. Why wouldn't we? If you're gonna get itchy and fiberglassy, do it as you're leaving the shop. Let's go. We gotta do a little more fitting. Ha! But I'll be damned if that isn't a Corvette grill. And my Corvette body, fake body, Corvette body. Woohoo! You probably can't even see it. Oh, fucking fiberglass. Oh, hate fiberglass. I really should move the car so you can get a better angle, but that's not bad right there. Check it out. I don't hate it. Also, I learned something. I should have cut this out first because it made it a hell of a lot easier to get to the radiator instead of leaning over the front. I could have did everything I needed to do right there, so that'll make it nice whenever we fine-tune that. This is also not mounted. It's just sitting there, so it's a little crooked. I'm pretty stoked. I also have fiberglass bumpers for this. I was going to try and run the metal ones, the original ones. The cheapest I've seen those on eBay so far is about $2,000, so probably going to be running the fiberglass ones, but I do want to use as many Corvette parts as I can. I have the side marker lights or whatever those are called. I have tail lights. I'm trying to buy, like I said, all the real Corvette stuff I can, as long as I'm not spending $2,000 on freaking bumpers. But sick. Radiator's in. We could have got started on the brakes if I had the damn right brackets. And best part of all, got steering, baby. Oh, man. Drive shaft is already done. Steering is done. Brakes will take a day, and then we need brake lines, and essentially, we can take the old girl for a drive. I need to do radiator hoses, and they are going to be a pain in the ass. There's going to be a lot of custom work in that. I have a feeling we're going to be doing half metal to kind of weave it around some stuff. I love this thing. I have not worked on it in a very long time because we've had a lot of other stuff going on, and this is just a billion hours. She is still one of my favorites. Ooh. Also, I don't know, I think I said in the last video, I spent like a week on the suicide hinges. They suck still. I hate them. I might end up cutting all that shit out and figuring something else out. I don't know what the plan is there. Not a fan of them. Just there's not enough adjustment in them, and they don't really swing like I want them to. So there's a good chance that's going to be like 100 hours of work I just cut and throw away. But sometimes shit happens, and that is one of the type of shits that happen. Sweet! All right, I'm done. I'm covered in fiberglass, so we're gonna make this short and sweet. Oh, oh! I got a bunch of parts in for the Porsche. Not all the parts yet. I got quarter panels coming. Once the quarter panels are in, I got rockers. I didn't even know they made these. This is your rear window corner. because we have a coupe roof that we're gonna be putting on. Got a new trunk lid, used trunk lid. New trunk lid is $1,800 from the UK. The rockers came from the UK. They were 300 bucks with $200 shipping. And then when they showed up in the USA, I had to pay another $100 for the tariff. That's cool. Don't order stuff from UK if you don't have to. Ugh. But I got a lot of parts coming in for this. I got parts in for the Cutlass finally. I'm basically waiting on parts for everything. Cadillac has parts coming. Just everything has parts coming. But starting to finally show up. Oh, the Escalade, waiting on airbag stuff for it as well. So waiting on parts, part of the fun. It's half the reason I build 3 or 4 cars at once, because I'm usually waiting on parts for several of them at the same time. So if you like this video, please hit that subscribe button. Go to Caseyscustoms.com for the coolest merchandise on the planet. It will not be covered in fiberglass dust when you buy it, I promise. Oh, we're doing the Astro Van giveaway sometime this week. It should have already been done, but we had a couple credit cards that didn't go through, so I had to send a couple emails to people. But that should all be cleared up. Hopefully by the time this video comes out, I will have the list posted, so keep an eye on my other socials. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, comment, all the good shit they tell you at the end of videos. Check out some of my other videos. Peace! Love ya. Toothless Customs out. And I stink like fiberglass and I hate it so much.